Need to improve the exhibition and productivity of your business? Embrace the Kaizen approach. Business articles May 1, 2020. Little or next to no known, even minimal utilized in our organizations, the Kaizen approach, basic for the execution of lean management in the organization, has anyway substantiated itself in some little, medium and huge organizations on the planet. The Kaizen procedure is the most significant idea in Japanese administration. It is the way into the serious achievement of the Japanese business. Kaizen implies constant improvement including everybody, directors, managers and laborers. Musaaki Imai, Kaizen, the key of Japan's competitive success 1986. There are for the most part two ways to deal with taking care of business issues. The first includes development, propelled approaches, regularly over-the-top expensive specialized arrangements, ventures. The second uses sound judgment, exceptionally productive frameworks just as apparatuses and strategies that don't cost a ton of cash. This methodology is called Kaizen. What is a Kaizen workshop? A Kaizen workshop is a devoted collaboration under a method of activity in preparing to activity which is restrained and thorough and whose objective is to make and grow brisk functional answers for an or a few organization issues, regardless of whether it is a reasonable issue goals, a procedure smoothing out action or an improvement of value, deferral or cost execution. It includes the individuals who really accomplish the work, in other words the entertainers of the procedure, or who are mindful for it through an extremely thought multifunctional approach, results arranged over a time of 2 to 5 days. This methodology requires, as an essential, an escalated help from the board, a multifunctional group that is enabled to settle on prompt choices and changes. The outcomes are commonly significant upgrades as far as quality, decrease of lead times and cost of items or administrations. It is totally important to build up a point-by-point getting ready for the usage of arrangements during the Kaizen workshop, just as to plan and afterward hold occasional gatherings to audit the execution of changes. There are a few measurements to the Kaizen approach. There isn't just one organization and just one measurement for Kaizen workshops. These measurements, which can contrast starting with one organization then onto the next, and starting with one subject then onto the next, are portrayed by the general multifaceted nature of the subject to be dealt with. The length of the Kaizen workshop itself, which can last from 2 days to 5 days relying upon the subject. Integration of this into a business approach. The effect it, or these, can have on the organization. The degree of the multifaceted nature of Kaizen workshops can differ broadly. This can go, for instance, from the definition and execution in a group of visual administration components to the reconfiguration and legitimization of all key business forms, or the emotional improvement of the nature of items or administrations. A considerable lot of our organizations, then again, make pretty much productive endeavors by attempting to convey lean through Kaizen workshops in an inconsistent way, by subject, visual administration, fives, and so on. Or by work, frequently beginning with assembling. This methodology, tragically, will just effortlessly affect the presentation, productivity, and seriousness of the organization in the long haul. We will at that point talk about consistent improvement. Send lean through Kaizen workshops on the key procedures chose at the organization level as per models. For instance, sway on consumer loyalty process productivity, related with a satisfactory arrangement structure drove by lean management advisors, will rapidly and definitely improve the exhibition of the organization and improve its money-related benefit. We will at that point discuss advancement improvement. Average Kaizen workshop results are in the request for 30 to 60% decrease in lead time for forms, fabricating, coordinations, buying, designing, HR, and so forth. 10% to 40% improvement in the nature of items or administrations. 15 to 60% decrease in item costs. Accomplishing enhancements in the business with one's own answers and thoughts, just as with the commitment of one's own representatives, on a continuous premise, for the most part brings about making an upper hand and a culture that can't be purchased and moved all things considered. It is an enduring, an extraordinary culture of the company business management articles held inside